As a matter of fact, I am pushing P. That's pushing powder down my musket so I may smite another off. Put a switch and a beam on my blunderbuss. Your hood's not safe. Read it and weep, peasants. Read it and weep. I'm tired of hearing you lame say I ain't with it. Telling me I ain't got motion. I went to your hood and they don't know you. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Single soul won't step to me, you're finna get splashed on hood. I'm not joking. I can buy every single one of your shooters. Matter of fact, let me buy your crib. Here's a $5 note. Fucking imbecile. The ops want to tell me to straighten my shit. Press my shirt with an iron. How ironic. Seems like just last week I was flying down your block, pressing your men with the iron. People finna say I ain't even active, that I cap in my raps and that I'm not next up. You ain't even been up, yet you still watched. How's that even work? This one goes out to the brother Prince Albert. Free him here and do nothing wrong. As a matter...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am back in the building once again for another installment of the Just Facts podcast. I am your moderator, distributor. I am your plug. I am your graceful host, AB, back in the building for another one of these podcasts. And I'm going to keep it real honest with you, keep it real simple, and tell you that I'm doing this straight freestyle today. I didn't write anything for this one. This one is just an impromptu one. I wanted to first get into, if I could, well, I can because I'm the one doing the podcast. I wanted to get into the Jaguar Wright thingy or debacle or whatever you want to call it. Jaguar Wright is I believe she's an R&B artist, R&B soul artist, singer who, you know what? Let me just go ahead and like rally off her history because I think it's better to just take it from there and then understand who she is just from a standpoint, because I don't really know enough about her. I do know that she is a singer. So let's just try to see if we can like put this together properly. So Jaguar Wright is a singer, songwriter, who got her start with the Roots, from what I'm reading here. She was a backup singer for Jay-Z. That tells it that gives me a connection of why she's doing all of this talking right now. She was she signed to a record deal? She was signed to MCA Records. She released 2 solo albums, Denials, Delusions, and Decisions in 2002, and Divorcing Neo to Marry Soul in 2005. I'm guessing somewhere along the lines she left from MCA Records to do like I guess some independent music. From what I can understand, she's from Philadelphia, of course. Yeah, so from 2002 to 2005, she was with MCA Records. She had a little stint with the Roots. What else is there? Yeah, she's been in the industry. Let's just say that she has a lot of different like collaborations here. A lot of different collaborations going on there. But for the most part, her career just kind of like has like a flash in the pan. Not too much going on. Just a brief little thing going on there. To be honest with you, up until a certain time, I didn't know who Jaguar Wright was, honestly. But yeah, I mean, she's the one who basically was breaking the Diddy stuff, but like all of her stuff, all of the things that she says needs a platform. Because it wouldn't make sense if Jaguar Wright was just getting on her own cell phone and just saying all of this stuff. So she has to go to a platform. She goes to Real Life Stars Street. Was it Real Life Street Stars? Something like that. That is where a bulk of a lot of her conspiracy theory fodder is said. She's in the yeah, like I said, she said a lot of stuff about a lot of people in the industry, from Common to Mary J. Blige to Jill Scott. Apparently Jill Scott stole her style somehow. I don't understand how that is, but it doesn't make any sense. If Jaguar Wright was such an amazing artist, which I'm sure she was back in the day, I never paid attention to her music. I didn't know who she was. But if Jaguar Wright was making that much of a wave back then and saying that Mary J. Blige stole her style, Jill Scott stole her style, like if that's the case, then how come you're not where you're supposed to be? That's one thing so far that I was just like, all right, that's a weird claim to make. You know, it's one thing to not like some people because of them like being around you or them starting with you or whatever it is, but it's another thing to just like make up this type of like damaging or damaging amount of claims in your head and just putting it out there just because you don't like these people and they're where you're supposed to be, you know? I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think anybody who is pushing anything she says as correct eats clay. You eat clay and you wipe your butt with construction paper, because I mean, there's no way in hell everything that she says is correct. It can't be. Can't be true. I don't think it's true, bro. Do the things that go on in Hollywood need to be exposed? Of course. I truly believe they will be exposed. But one person don't know more than one person doesn't know everything. I don't think Jaguar Wright knows everything. She was right about the Diddy stuff. I think the latest trend of things that is going on is with this Jay-Z thing. That's what she's saying. She's saying stuff about Jay-Z. Not me. I ain't saying nothing about Jay-Z. She's saying stuff about Jay-Z. So I'm going to find the clip real quick and we're going to get into it. And we're going to get into just what she's saying about Jay-Z. Let me find it real quick. Because it's, I don't know. There's a like I said, there's a fine line between just being bitter and not liking somebody and making up your own claims versus like, what is the truth? Is it true? You know? And you cannot confirm whether these things are true. And that's where we start to get into the like the definite what do they call it? Defamation. So that's what they would call defamation if correct me if I'm wrong, defamation. So let's just get into it. She was on this clip I'm about to play. She was on Piers Morgan, of all people, of course.
How many victims?
Why not? Piers Morgan. Let me just set it up here. Let me bring up this playback speed real quick so we can get into it.
potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious.
It's crazy. It's crazy to even like reference somebody who's not alive in your madness. I think that's weird. Referencing somebody who's not alive to defend themselves is downright nasty work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. That alone is some nasty work. It's disgusting. Somebody who's not here to defend themselves, and then the family is not taking the family. I'm more than sure is not liking the fact that you mentioned Aaliyah even more. So it's like that alone right there is some nasty work.
There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter, yes. A new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting AirTag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
Jaguar, I've got to leave it there. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for caring.
I do care. Thank you very much. Well, I'm joined now by the host of Vlad TV, DJ Vlad.
Oh, God.
It's pretty horrifying.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Where, how the hell did he get there? What the hell? Vlad TV. Man, you about to start asking Vlad TV stuff? Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa.
We just heard.
Well, Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't really co-sign anything that she says. I've never had her on my show, and I don't have any plans to have her on my show.
You don't believe her?
She's got an album in 20 years, and a lot of this stuff is just stuff she's heard, things she's making up, and so forth. I'm not saying that there aren't serious things that Diddy.
Oh, man. Whoever is in charge of, like, doing, like, research, having, like, in charge of, like, booking guests for Piers Morgan needs to do a better job, because where the hell does Vlad, like, you got off with Jaguar, right? And then now you're getting on with DJ Vlad. What is that? That doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Like, why? I would rather somebody of, like, being a credible source of our culture being able to sit up there and tout whether Jaguar Wright is in the right brain or whether she's making the right claims. This is just some guy. This is just a random guest in our culture. Vlad is a guest in our culture, and somehow, like, I don't even understand that. Whoever is the person who books people on Piers Morgan's show should do a better job, because that was a whole fiasco. That was chaotic just now. That was chaotic just now. And then to ask him, like, he is he's the sole proprietor of our culture, to know whether she's telling the truth or not. I would have rather had somebody like, I don't know, I would have rather Van Lathan or somebody like that. That would make more sense. I don't really, like, you could have gotten, I know people don't like him, but you could have gotten DJ Academics. DJ Academics would have made would have been better. Like, I don't think it was a good idea to get Vlad. Like, what is that? That doesn't even make any sense. And then I gotta find the video if I can. Hopefully I'm able to put this up. there's actually an altercation, verbal altercation between Jaguar Wright and Star, aka Troy Terrance, of the Star and Buck Wild show from when he was on Hot 97 and everything like that. Pretty crazy exchange. I don't know if I'm gonna play it because I don't want my video to get taken down, but just basically she gets on the phone with him and he's trying to verify, first of all, whether it is actually Jaguar Wright. And it just turns into a thing where she's just trying to talk over him and he's like, listen, let me talk and then you can have your piece. But then it turns into like a thing where he's like, listen, I don't need you to go viral. Like, I can go viral on my own. And he's telling the truth. He doesn't actually need her to go viral. So, I don't think it'll stop. I don't think, like, just in general, as far as this Jaguar Wright lady goes, I don't think it'll stop. I do kind of wonder, like, is she ever gonna be like prosecuted or sued or anything like that? Because I distinctly remember she was talking about who was she talking about? She was talking about two particular people who actually came out and said something or made a gesture. First is Christopher Williams. She said something about Christopher Williams, and Christopher Williams immediately, like, in an interview was like, hey, listen, I don't know what she thinks is going on, but I'm not that one. Like, she need to chill the hell out. Da 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 da. You know, I was you know what I'm saying? I wish I could find the video of that, but Christopher Williams basically said anything she's saying is a lie. Anything she's saying is a lie. And who else? Tevin Campbell actually said, like, Jaguar Wright, chill before I like sue you, because you don't know what you think you know. You're just making stuff up in your head because you don't know me. So that, and then there was another instance with Claudia Jordan. Don't know if anybody's familiar with who she is, but Claudia Jordan came out against some claims that were made as well. So it's just in general, a person can just be, I feel this is how I feel about it. What I feel about it is it's a thing of, like, I've put myself down this pathway, right? I've put myself down this pathway. I'm getting all of this attention over things that I've said. And it's put me in a place. I don't know if it's a place that she wants to be. I don't know if it's a place to where she wants to be proud or whatever, or however it is. But in the long run of things, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. You know, I mean, granted, the entertainment industry is, yes, it's evil, but I mean, if you didn't experience any of this stuff, and some of these stories that you're telling about Jay-Z and even like stars of today are secondhand and third-hand and fourth-hand stories, how are we to know if they are true? How are we to know if they are true? And how are you to know if they are true? How are you to know if they are confirmed or not? Like, how do you confirm if some of these stories that are happening are true or not? You know? I'm not saying I don't believe some of the stuff that she's saying, but for all of the stuff that, like, you know, for like maybe if there's 50% that is true about what Jaguar Wright is saying, the other, I don't know, the other 50%, it has to be a fib. Because how does she know? Like, is she really, like, in these parties, in these rooms, in these places to know that? I don't think so. But I can't say I don't completely, I can't wholeheartedly say I completely agree with her or believe her. And I can't wholeheartedly say that I think she's lying, but like, I think she's telling a half truth about it. That's what I feel. I feel like she's telling a half truth about it. And, I think everything else will reveal itself, you know, because people are putting her on a pedestal. Like she's just like this crystal ball reading person or whatever, or like she's like, it's like she can see the future of when somebody's getting exposed. When I don't really think that's the case, honestly. I feel like the Diddy thing was I feel like the Diddy thing was always a thing that was going to come out at some point in time. It was always going to come out. If there's anything else, it'll come out on its own. A person on the sideline just talking, shouting at the top of her lungs, saying something that has to do with the whole entire industry, doesn't it, like, for the most part, I feel like halfway doesn't make sense, because you're out of the industry now, right? She doesn't really make music anymore. And I don't want to only attribute it to her like being pushed out of the industry, but I feel like that's a key factor. I feel like it's a key factor that she's not in the industry anymore. You know, any person who gets kicked out of the industry or gets pushed out of the industry, just the music industry or the television industry, is going to be bitter. It's going to be bitter. It's going to be saying like, oh yeah, they did this to me and this is happening in Hollywood. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. Yes, some of that stuff is happening in Hollywood. Like, it's happening, but don't sit up here and act like you know what's happening in every party and every celebrity's life like that. You know? I feel like it's a thing of like sort of like with what is that lady's name? Tasha, what was her name? Tasha K, in which she'll get like people who were associated with a certain famous person and just air them out like that. I don't think it's like that with Jaguar Wright. I just feel like Jaguar Wright is a conspiracy theorist. For real. She just, or not even just, I don't even think she's a conspiracy theorist. I feel like a lot of the stuff that she is saying is just stuff that she watches on YouTube or she sees on TikTok. So she just takes those conspiracy theories and just puts them up, like casts them like as her own, and just goes to real life street stars and just starts saying it like it's her own idea, like it's her own ideology, like it's something she thought of and has been holding on to, which I don't believe that's the case. I feel like she just takes all of her conspiracies from YouTube, all of her conspiracies from TikTok, and wherever else you can find a conspiracy theory, and just goes to real life street stars that he pays her how much ever they pay her, however much they pay her, and she just starts spewing all of this stuff that is clickable content that in 5 years people are going to forget about. So that is how I feel about that in general. Let me see here. Keep moving. I think I spent a good amount of time talking about that. I do want to get into this NBA player who gave up his NBA career to basically live for God. I want to get into it.
Millions of people, being in the NBA is their dream. They wish that one day they can go pro and play in front of the world. For those serious about making it into the NBA,
By the way, shout out to The Truth Is.
one day they can get drafted. But just like hitting the lottery, very few people make it to the NBA. When a player is drafted, you can only imagine how happy they are knowing they're about to live out their dreams. But for one player, AJ Griffin, the NBA wasn't what he was looking for, as he left it all behind for God. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the former NBA star AJ Griffin leaving the league for Christ. But before we begin, I just wanted to let my patrons know that I just released a new Patreon exclusive on why Diddy is so sick. If you're one of my Patreon members, make sure you check it after this one. And if you're one of my Truth General members, go to my members community wall to find the link for this video. Thank you all. Now, let's get right into it.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief.
Being an NBA basketball player is one of the most desired jobs in the world. So why would anyone leave the league when they're in it? To many, someone making the decision to leave the league right as their career is starting is insane. People just won't understand how anyone can make such a decision. Someone who leaves the NBA when starting their career must have lost their minds, right? Well, no, not really. Not when you're leaving the NBA, because it's getting in the way of your relationship with God. In my opinion, that's the ultimate sacrifice, as no money or fame could replace what God gives you. While this scenario might sound far-fetched to just about everyone, this is exactly what happened with the NBA star AJ Griffin, who left the league to focus on finding Jesus. AJ Griffin had a lucrative basketball career ahead of him. He was actually one of the top draft picks back in 2022 when he was drafted. 2 years in, while he was just getting started in the league, he decided that basketball wasn't the right decision. He wanted to focus more on getting closer to Christ. AJ tells the world why he left the NBA, and what he said will shock you.
I just want to explain why I decided to let go of basketball. And yeah, let's hop right into it. But to bring it all down in short summary, I gave up basketball to follow Jesus, and I know that in a lot of people's eyes, that seems like it seems like a loss in the world's eyes. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm super excited because I truly get to serve with my full yes. And I feel like letting go of basketball is allowing me to go into full-time ministry and truly serving the Lord with all my heart, with all my time too as well. So I'm just excited to see where that leads me. And so like with that being said, I just want to go through the steps on like how, I came to this, realization I want to let go of basketball and follow God. And this really has to start off with, me giving my life to Christ in 2020. I truly accepted him back then. He found me. I know we say we find God, but he finds us. But yeah, it was in 2020, I gave my life to Christ. And it was the best decision of my life. It truly was. And I think my values started to change. My heart started to change. I think before, I think basketball was my everything. I think basketball was so-called my passion. I thought that was the reason why I was living. But when I came to God, he truly showed me that, we're all made, to glorify God. We're all made, with a purpose, a God-given purpose. But we must step into that, it's not what we do that makes us, but it's who we are. And when you come to Christ, your identity is in Christ. So over the years, I started to grow my faith, as you guys see, on my platforms, Instagram, TikTok, now YouTube, which, just blessed to be able to share with more people. You can see how I just love spreading the good news of the gospel, because I know how much it's changed my life, just through the trials and tribulations I go through, that, God, he's fighting for me. And I know the only way I'm able to overcome is because of his spirit, the Holy Spirit that he gives to his followers when you finally accept him as your Lord and Savior. And I just want to continue to keep sharing the good news of the gospel to as many people as I can. And I think, now I'm able to have, my full devotion to the Lord. I want to reach people, more through my platforms. And yeah, I think that's pretty much sums up my testimony on why I decided to let go of basketball.
As you heard for yourself, AJ said that he left the NBA to follow Christ. He claims that the NBA was taking up too much of his time, not allowing him to focus on his relationship with God. This was honestly one of the most honorable things I have seen a person say in a while. Here we have someone who had it all and decided it wasn't worth nothing if God wasn't being honored. I have a lot of respect for this man after seeing this. It truly
Honestly, it's really interesting to hear like a young man just be able to just say, hey, I don't want to play basketball anymore. And I want to just give like Christ all my time. Giving away millions, sacrificing millions of dollars just to gain salvation. That's amazing. I think that's great. I think it's beautiful. It's very, very seldom that you'll see a story like this where a basketball player or somebody with the opportunity that they have just decides to just leave and go and do something else. Yeah, I mean, I think it's very, 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 very amazing that he's even taking that chance to go and do that. It's pretty interesting. And I applaud this young man for doing this, sacrificing millions to see millions spiritually It's not so, like I said, it's not something a lot of people are going to understand. So shout out to what is his name again? Shout out to this brother AJ Griffin. That's his name. Shout outs to him. Definitely got my respect. Definitely got my respect on that. See what else we got going on, man. I do got a couple of things I just want to get into. No, I'm not gonna be here too long. Not gonna be here too long. Just for a little second, not too long. Let's see what we got. See what we got here. Oh yeah, okay. Let's get into Bank of America. What they got going on? Let's see here. Bank of America, I believe they got hacked.
Sign of what's to come. What's really going on? Don't check your bank account if you're with Bank of America. They are currently experiencing a nationwide outage.
Lord.
And that outage appears to be in New York City, Chicago, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle, just to name a few.
Jesus.
This is the worst part about it all. The traumatizing thing is that when you go to look at your account, people are showing that it has zero in your banking accounts, or they simply just can't log in. See, this is the problem when everything is digital. Do you see how dangerous this is? Anyone that's banking with Bank of America needs to get a new bank ASAP. There's only one bank that is worse than them, and that's Wells Fargo.
Yep.
So I need to know from you guys, with everything that's been going on in the last couple of days, are all these things tied together?
Yeah, and then somebody was saying something about what's it called? The whole port strike thing is going on because of trafficking, basically. That's what I heard. That's a theory that I heard. And I mean, I'm not so I mean, hey, that theory seems to be something that could be, because, you know, they don't really talk about what they find in those shipping containers that has nothing to do with the regular cargo that is shipped to this country. But that is another time. There's another date. But just to get a little bit more on this whole Bank of America thing, I'm going to be looking it up. Bank of America says it's an outage. Let me see here, just to read it a little bit more. It's a USA Today article that says a technical issue that was preventing many Bank of America customers from accessing their bank accounts on Wednesday has been fully restored. Oh, they already restored it. Look at that. They restored it today. They restored it today. It says reports of problems accessing bank accounts spiked around 1 p.m. Eastern when the website Down Detector reported about 20,266 outages. Jesus, I am so glad I don't have a Bank of America account anymore. When I first started, I had a Bank of America account. It was okay at first, but I don't know. Something just made me... I can't remember what caused me to leave Bank of America, but yeah. It says some mobile and online banking clients experienced an issue accessing their accounts and balance information. Bank of America said in a statement, these technology issues have been fully resolved. We apologize. I bet you they got to whoever, any one of these people that work in their technical department or whatever, man, I'm sure they said, hey, fix this and fix this as fast as you can. Cause yeah, you already have problems when you're with Bank of America. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. It's just so crazy. Online and just in general technology and the fact that it can easily get hacked like this bears the question of, if we're not safe with our banks digitally, and we're not safe with our cell phones, because your cell phone can get hacked without you even knowing, and whether you know it or not, your information is being sold to the highest bidder in another country, and they're using your information to get a remote job. I believe I remember there was a report about I can't remember what country it is, but them stealing social security information and all that other information that was sold to them to get a job. That means if I go to like Germany or something like that, somebody probably has my name. Somebody is probably using my name and my social security number to gain a job, which is just that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about something like that. Don't know how I feel about that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, what can I do? Can't do nothing. There's nothing I can do. I don't think there's anything anybody can do, you know? Just try your best to be careful with where you share your information or how you share your information. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. That is how I feel about that. But hey, salute to anybody who is signed up to, or who is a Bank of America person or anything like that. Shout out to y'all. So moving on, like I said, I'm not gonna be here long. Luke Bryan made a comment about Beyonce. Luke Bryan on Beyonce CMA snub. If you're gonna make country albums come into our world, you don't even know he's opening a can of worms, man. The Beyonce fans ain't playing, bro.
Nominations. How did that register with you?
I mean, listen, I'm all for everybody coming in and making country albums and all that.
Yeah.
But just by declaring that, just because she made one
doesn't mean it.
I don't need, just because I make one, I don't get any nominations. A lot of I mean,
a lot of great music is sometimes overlooked and get any CMA nomination.
Okay, so that I think I get what he was trying to say. He was saying like she made one country album or country inspired album, however you want to look at it. And she's not going to turn around and start making country music after that one album. It's just it's that type of thing where it's like a concept album. I call it concept music. An artist, a person who is particularly, like, let's just say in rap music, right? I can use Juicy J as an example of 3 6 Mafia. He made a jazz album. Is Juicy J of 3 6 Mafia now all of a sudden going to start making jazz after making a tailor-made album full of jazz because that's where his inspiration is at? No, he's not going to make, he's going to go back to rap music after that. Snoop Dogg made a reggae album. Does that mean he's going to start going ahead and making reggae after he made the one reggae album? No. He's going to go back to rap music. He's going to go back to what he knows. Because, I mean, his core fan bases are rap fans. Just like Beyonce's core fan base is R&B and soul and pop music. She's not going to just all of a sudden start making country music just because of the one album. I guess I get what he's trying to say. And a bunch of people are going to take it the wrong way just because he said it like that. Definitely going to be a lot of people saying a whole bunch of stuff. But I mean, at the same time, a person who is who is a Beyonce fan or somebody who is a connoisseur of the genre that Beyonce actually does will say, well, we allowed Post Malone in hip hop and G-Eazy and MGK and Eminem and Iggy Azalea, just to name a few. And we allowed them in here, and you know, some of those artists, some of those rappers turn their back on the genre that we dominate in, just to go back and do the music that they really wanted to do, like Post Malone did, or like Jelly Roll wasn't always a country music artist. He was doing rap mostly, for the most part. So I get what he's trying to say there. What else did he say? It says it's a tricky question, said the 2-time CMA Awards Entertainer of the Year winner. Obviously, Beyonce made a country album, and Beyonce has a lot of fans out there that have her back. And if she doesn't get something they want, man, they come at you as fans should do. But Brian said it's a tough thing to say about exactly why Beyonce received 0 CMA nominations for a groundbreaking achievement. I mean, listen, I'm all for everybody coming in and making country albums and all that, but just by declaring that, just because she made one, he said, trailing off. Brian added that a lot of great music's overlooked, noting that it comes down to what Country Music Association's voting is. Oh, okay. So I think he's defending her. That's what I'm getting at here. He's defending her and saying, why hasn't she gotten more nominations? I mean, damn, she didn't get no nominations for her country album. But I mean, I bring it back to what I was saying about earlier about how Beyonce made a country album. She made one country album. Is she gonna just now all of a sudden start doing country music? No. She's gonna stay with what she knows, because that's what she knows. That's what her core audience wants. You think if let me see here. You think if like, let's just say Lil Baby starts making R&B music, right? Lil Baby decides, I want to go make an R&B album. If he decides he wants to go make an R&B album, and the R&B album is successful, do you think Lil Baby's just gonna start all of a sudden start making R&B music after one successful R&B album? No, he's not. He's gonna go back to rap music, because that's his bread and butter. That's his heart. That's where his money is at. Same thing with Beyonce. That's how I feel about it. That is how I feel about it. Let's see here. I don't know if I have anything else. Like I said, oh yeah, okay. I got one more thing, and then I'm probably just gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up there, buddy. Wrap this thing up, man. Get it out the way. I kept seeing different rumblings about Crumble Cookie. Crumble Cookie. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oop, excuse me. So Project Pat is now a preacher. Project Pat is now a preacher. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the once rapper, well, I think he still raps, but the 3-6 Mafia affiliate and legendary rapper from Memphis is now a preacher. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe either his mother or his father, they were preachers. So I mean, it makes sense that the Project Pata is a preacher. I believe he was actually doing, like, prior to this, he was already doing prison ministry, going around the prisons and just basically delivering the word in the prison.
But see, you can't talk like that. But when you talk like that, now you couldn't. What you're doing is you double-minded. There you go. Double-minded, you can't receive from God. Amen. You got to know. See, we got to know this. I ain't write that scripture down. We got to know that God is not a liar. Amen. See, that's one thing the Lord showed me. He made me come into realization that he's not a liar. He told me, he said, you got to go in there and you got to tell that woman the truth. I said, he don't deal with lies. I saw that firsthand. He cannot operate. Your prayers ain't going to get answered. He cannot move with you sitting around here lying. He can't do it. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not no such thing as, well, I said the lie.
Man. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Project Pat is now Prophet Pat, bro. That was just a little piece of a little bit of Project Pat's preaching. Thought that was very, very, very inspiring. Very, 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 how would I put it? How do I put it? I think a lot more like, I feel like a lot more like gangsters and hustlers will listen to what he has to say as far as him preaching the word. It sounds more like human, versus like, where like what you would expect from a regular preacher, But like I said, there's one more thing I want to get into, and that is Crumble Cookie, and like the hate for Crumble Cookie has a lot of Crumble Cookie's getting a lot of hate right now at this very moment. What else is there? I don't know if that. Nope, that's not it.
Waking up.
Nope, that's not it. Is it? I don't know.
Waking up.
Nope. Okay, this is it right.
Watching the trend of black people reviewing Crumble Cookies makes me feel so fucking vindicated. Here's the thing. I was never even gonna say nothing. I just thought I was being a hater-ass bitch, you feel me? And just like, oh, this is not really my season. It's not that good. Because I went to Crumble Cookies like, I want to say like 3-4 weeks ago, because I was in River Oaks and I figured.
Shout out to River Oaks.
Like a risky area.
The rich area.
I figured to Crumble
the
Cookies.
rich area of Houston.
You feel me? Good in River Oaks. I'm more of a Tiff's Treats. That's the other spot. The other joint.
I actually like Tiff's Treats.
If you be in Third Ward.
No lie.
Third Ward.
I ain't gonna lie.
Sugar Rush. Yes,
Facts.
ma'am.
Facts.
We should just learn. Listen, the food in the trench is always gonna be the best food.
Facts.
I ain't got nothing to do, but shout out Sugar Rush. I love
Facts.
big ass cupcakes. It's so good. Anyway,
Sugar Rush be hitting too.
And I got me a little 3-peat. You feel me? And I just knew it was finna be good. I couldn't even wait. I went in my car and sat and taste. I said, bitch, this tastes like a Walmart cookie. What? No,
I'm not gonna lie.
Cookies at Subway better than crumb cookies.
I don't know about that. Crumble Cookie is just overly sugary. That's the problem. Crumble Cookie is like very sugary. Like they put too much sugar in the cookie. Like the you take one bite and you have diabetes. Like that's what it is. Like when you eat, there's another cookie spot that I like even better anyway. There's another, like Tiff's Treats is, I like Tiff's Treats because they give you, like, they don't have like overly big cookies, but like their cookies are smaller, but I feel like it's still like, for me, I feel like it's better because you get more. Like the cookies are small, but they're still like good. Dirty Dough is another one. Dirty Dough is another one where like their cookies aren't like huge or like that big or whatever, but they just have like the right amount of like sweetness to it. It's not overly, they don't overly put too much sugar in the cookies or anything like that. So, and then the one she was talking about, Sugar Rush, they go crazy too. But I've been seeing a lot of like, there's been a lot of reviews of crumble cookie by specifically Black people, and they have like been like just stepping on crumble cookie, bro. It's very, but I mean, crumble cookie is like very sugary. It's not like it's like very good. It's not a thing where like it's real good, and it's not like it's real bad. It's just like right in the middle. You either love it or you hate it. I just think it's sugary. It like crumble cookie is way too sugary. Like reduce the amount of sugar that you're putting in the cookies, please. Reduce like a lot. Like if there's a threshold of how much sugar you're using, bring that threshold down. Like lower it, because it's too much. It's too sugary. Cookies are way too sugary. So tonight also is the Power Book 2 Ghost finale, and I am so excited that the show is ending. I'm so glad it's done. I'm glad it's over with. I don't ever have to see, well, they'll probably bring Tariq back in some type of capacity on another spin-off, which I'm sure they're gonna do. It's gonna be another goofy ass spin-off coming out, which I think is stupid. I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for it to be done with. Me personally, I would like Tariq to be ended in the finale, but that's not gonna happen. But I'm sure somebody's gonna be taken to jail or offed in this last episode. Could be Kane could go to jail. Drew could go to another state. I'm sure Effie's going to California to be an engineer or whatever the hell it is that she was supposed to be doing. What else? We still don't know nothing about Lauren. Where is Lauren? Where is Lauren, bruh? Where is Lauren? Like, I'm still on that. Why is there no Lauren? What, like, how did they, man, this is why this show is chaotic. This is why the writing sucks. The show is chaotic, and they don't know how to write people out and write people in on with this whole, with Power in general. They don't know how to write people in and write people out, because it's the same way with Raising Kanan. It's the same way with Raising Kanan. They don't know how to they didn't know how to take Ronnie, right? They didn't know how to not even Ronnie, but his brother Unique. They like, come on now. Bro got beat up with a pipe. Ronnie beat up Unique with a pipe, and then all of a sudden he somehow survives that. Are you kidding me? That doesn't even make any sense. Do you know how many times Ronnie beat Unique over the head with that pipe? A good amount of times to where like he shouldn't have been conscious anymore. But I don't know. You know, I'm thinking realistically. They're thinking fictitiously, I guess. But that's the way it goes with the whole entire universe of Power after the original Power, which doesn't make any sense. And don't even let me get into Tommy's spinoff show and how they just destroyed his character and that show in general with the writing. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. Some of the stuff that happened in some of these shows wouldn't even go like that in real life. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. A lot of that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't even be going like that in real life. But hey, is Carter, is Detective Carter gonna be is something gonna happen to him? Probably not. Maybe not. They'll probably write him out the show. Make it seem like he's gonna come back when Ghost ain't coming back. You know, the show Power, Ghost isn't coming back. Just like how the original character of James St. Patrick ain't coming back as Ghost. We'll never get that again. Thanks a lot, Courtney Kemp. Thanks a lot, 50 Cent. Well, I won't even blame 50 Cent. I'll blame Courtney Kemp more than I'll blame 50 Cent. Because I feel like he's just a creator. Courtney Kemp is the one who writes everything. So, we just got to see, man. Just got to see. So last night was the 5th anniversary of AEW. I believe AEW just in general. 5th anniversary. AEW has been around for 5 years now. We just go through the I had a chance to watch some of it last night. I watched some of it last night. Just to remember, I'm pulling it up. So, what do we have here? We had Hangman, Adam Page. I didn't really pay attention to that. Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb. Did I watch that? I wasn't really paying attention to that either. I mean, the time I was so I was paying attention to Will Ospreay and Ricochet go at it for the international championship. Just imagine like some acrobatic Circus Olay stuff. That's what you get when you have Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. It's a damn shame. I hope they don't I hope this is not all we're getting from Ricochet, you know, as far as like him leaving WWE and going to AEW. Just a whole bunch of acrobatic flipping and stuff. I hope they actually like write him into some good feuds, you know, because like if this is all we're getting from him, then it's like, well, you may as well just go back to WWE. If you're gonna be doing all of this, you know, I need feuds. Will Ospreay is the workhorse of AEW, so this is gonna blow over, and he's gonna be facing somebody else next. What is it? What is it on Rampage or whatever it's called? Rampage or Collision. He's gonna be wrestling somebody else. So, what else? I actually like Bryan Danielson versus Okada. Pretty decent match. I feel like it would have went better if we were watching it on New Japan, but still just as good. Not bad. Not bad at all. MVP brought Shelton Benjamin, which from what I could read earlier, it says that Bobby Lashley's also coming to AEW. He signed a contract. They've had it signed for some time now, and they just needed time to announce it. So now we're actually going to be getting the Hurt Business, or rather the Hurt Syndicate, which is cool. I like that. That's nice. I think AEW is in a decent place. I'm not one of these fans of wrestling that just hates AEW just because you're geometrically programmed to hate AEW. I actually rather like them, and I think as far as from a wrestling standpoint, they do their best. It's just the overflooding of titles, the overflooding of championships. Just like we need to just pull all of that away. You can't run a successful wrestling company and think something's gonna come of it with this many titles. Like, it's too many championships. It's too much gimmick. That's too much gimmick. And I'm sure people who are AEW fans say that WWE is too gimmicky. Oh, they have too many titles. No, the hell they don't. They know how to condense their titles. AEW needs to follow suit, man. But I'm very excited to see what they do with the Hurt Syndicate, or Hurt. They obviously can't use Hurt Business, but what else is there? Bad Blood's gonna be on Saturday. I'll give my predictions on Bad Blood just to see where see what's going to be happening as far as the match card goes. So it's going to be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. I think CM Punk is already, CM Punk is going to beat Drew McIntyre. Nia Jax versus Bayley. I got Bayley winning. Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. If Finn Balor comes out with the demon gimmick, Finn Balor is going to win. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I got Rhea Ripley winning. It says Dominic is going to be in a shark cage above the ring. Boy, this sounds like something Vince Russo would write up. Mysterio will be suspended in ring above in shark cage. That's interesting. But yeah, I got Rhea Ripley winning. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Bloodline 2.0. Which would be, is it Solo and Jacob Fatu? So Solo and Jacob Fatu versus Cody and Roman Reigns. I got Cody and Roman winning, but I feel like even though they're gonna win, I feel like Tama Tonga and Tongaloa are gonna come out and start like beating down Roman and Cody, and then the rest of Jacob and Solo are gonna start joining in, and it's gonna be a whole thing. Maybe Jey Uso runs in, maybe Jimmy runs in, and then now this starts the wheels of motion to get a Bloodline Survivor Series thing going. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if I'm right or not, but yeah, it starts the wheels of motion for a Bloodline Survivor Series tag team match where it's Solo and the Tongans and Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and then one more person. It could be that, it could be something else. I don't know, but I feel like it's gonna be something like that. Or maybe just maybe Jacob Fatu turns on the Bloodline 2.0 and ends up surprisingly joining Roman Reigns. I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing, but I just feel like it'll be Roman Reigns and the Usos back together, and it's just gonna be one more person. I don't know who that one more person is. Versus the Bloodline 2.0, and they're gonna build off of that and take that all the way to, I don't know, maybe WrestleMania, maybe Royal Rumble, maybe just Survivor Series, just to build on a little mini thing. And then once that's over with, we're gonna focus our attention back on Roman versus Cody again. Maybe by that time The Rock comes back. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe The Rock comes back by that time. I don't know, but that's how I feel about it. Let me see. Do I have anything else? One more thing before I go. One more thing before I go. You know what? I think that's it. I think that's all. That's all I got for you. I'll be back for episode number 36. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I don't know. It's depending on how I feel. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. if there's anything you want me to talk about, just put it down in the comments. I might come back later and do like a live stream where I actually do like a stream where I'm watching something, showing my face or something like that. This is just for keepsake, I guess. This is just for archival sake. So y'all take it easy, be good, be easy.